Hey folks, it's Mark out at Positively Peninsula. I know it's been a long while, but I'm still kind of encased in this with an ugly really toe, which was operated on, and then also on my something up here on one of the calf muscles was cut. But it definitely swells up. I don't know if you can see anything in there, but it's probably pretty gross. Anyway, it's just a beautiful day out here on the peninsula, and it's Friday. I think it's the 25th. I could be wrong. But things are really coming along here. At least in terms of the yard, which I'm very excited about. It's keeping me very positive. But I set up a chair here just under the eaves of the house in the back, because it kind of gives you a good perspective of everything. So there's the side, the east side. It's about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I guess. And then I think you can kind of see all the plantings. Picnic table. I've got to get an umbrella and a stand. But if you look over there, because it's just too hard to get up and try to move around with the crutches, I don't know if you can really see them, but just past that planter there, you can see, I believe it's an apple tree. You can see all the leaves on it. They're really coming out here. And then there's a cherry or an apple or whatever. The one in I think it's a cherry that's in the garden in the back there. But this guy, I'm pretty sure this is a cherry, but he's already flowering, or she. And so you have to have two of each species for them to propagate, for pollination and everything. You got to do that with the raspberries, the blackberries, the blueberries, and then with the fruit trees. So I have 2 peach, I think. I have 2 apple, a peach, a pear, and 2 cherry trees. So, but you can see things are really just coming in great. These are the new rhododendrons. These are not the sun rhododendrons like the ones out there, because that's full sun pretty much all the time. Especially as we get going into summer, this area gets the hottest, gets the warmest. Having this deer fencing up along the back, and then also along this fence, because that fence is too low, they can jump that fence. But now I have those up, the deer fencing up. But what I loved about, and I don't know if this really comes through on the GoPro, but check out the color of these rhododendrons, that red. Just like that brilliant red. So I'm really looking forward to, you can see this one starting to bloom. That one over there is getting on its way. So my guy hasn't, the landscape worker bee, great guy, but he is, he's gotten his, which I knew was going to happen, was going to have his full-time painting job back. So Monday through Friday now he has his painting, his regular job. This was supposed to be just a filler anyway. But he's going to be here on tomorrow and Sunday. So I'll get him a couple of days. And just keep moving along. I'm not going to go all the way out to the garden today. I did that yesterday afternoon because of watering this place until I get a system. I need to get some kind of sprinkler type setup going where I can just turn on the sprinkler. Otherwise I'm out there watering with this good old stuff. But I might as well water while, but I did turn down the music because I know I always end up getting, whatchamacallit, I always get copyright issues because I just enjoy having it. It just makes me more productive and it's just more enjoyable. So I'll water while I talk. So yeah, this foot thing is getting old. And so yeah, you know, it's really hard, folks. I've never been on crutches before. It took me 65 years to get there, so I guess that's not so bad. And it's just every little thing is exhausting. And I can really pretty much, just because my left foot gets like really swollen. And anyway, but I go in on Tuesday for my next post-op, which is removing the pin, although it looks thicker than a pin to me, but what do I know? So I don't know what that's gonna, you know, how I'm gonna feel after that. I hope the swelling goes down because I'm not gonna be able to wear regular shoes. I mean, my foot's so swollen. So that is progress, and that'll be week 5 of my recovery. And but other than that, I can't drive, so I haven't driven for 5 weeks. I mean, at least I kind of, not hoarded, but I did buy up a bunch of stuff before, because I figured I might not be mobile. And so I'm not running out of stuff. In fact, it's good because I had a lot of stuff on hand, so it's good that I've gone through stuff. But other than that, I wanted to give a shout out to Sarah Kay and Mikey, who I haven't met, but anyway, Sarah is a former student. And so she touched base yesterday. She just got married last year, and I taught her way back when in 3rd grade. And so that was lovely. So I want to give a shout out to the newlyweds, Sarah and Mikey. And it was great talking to her. I don't have much contact with people right now. You know, so phone is better than nothing. But I'm staying positive. I'm just getting kind of antsy and bored because I really can't. There's so much stuff I want to do, and I have to have the guy do them because I just really can't do it. You know, things that require lifting or shoveling or anything, pretty much anything. Even just getting dishes into the dishwasher and out after they're clean, doing laundry, like washer to dryer and everything, is because once your balance gets off, it's crazy. Once your balance gets off, your equilibrium, your center of gravity, whatever it is, man, you can lose it so easily, and I just don't want to take a face plant. You know, I won't find my body for days. I should have my phone with me, which I don't. It's charging. But anyway, so I thought I would do a video because I think it's been a minute or 20 since I was able to. I've really been up to doing a video. Let's see. So that's what's happening here. But yeah, so just while I'm finishing up watering on this side, and then we'll talk about some of the going-ons in this country. And I just want to water this side over here. It's so nice to just be able to sit and water. I have a bench out in the garden, but it's just not the same. But anyway, so I have three fruit trees kind of in, I call it like the fruit tree triangle. There are two triangles, one there and one over there. I think you can see the trees just past the sculpture, my wood sculpture that was found on property. But not having the deer munching on all the new growth has been phenomenal. I mean, I look out this window, which is from the utility room, my back window. I only have two windows on the back. I have a kitchen, and then I have, this is like utility room. I know it's really low. It's a stupid window. It's really sketchy. But anyway, but just looking out there, once I like raise the shade in the morning, and it's a sunny day, I mean, it's just so cool. I mean, it's so nice. I mean, you do hear some sounds and whatnot, but overall, it's pretty darn quiet. I mean, it is like almost 10 o'clock in the morning, if not 10:30. So bound to hear some noise. So I'm just trying to get this side done. We had a couple of days of like 72 degrees around that, and so stuff gets dried out really quickly, especially out here on the septic plateau. So I do have to kind of keep up with that. Let me switch hands here. Whew. There we go. So anyway, I guess the big news right now is that the tariffs, it's just so ridiculous. It's just, the guy thinks he understands economics, and he really doesn't. He's not bright. He's just a bully, and so he doesn't really get it. I mean, and the people around him are such sycophants that, you know, they'll just tell, oh no, tariffs are great. No, they're not fucking great. I'm sorry. Excuse my French. But they're not great. Let's be real. You know, what can I tell you? It's kind of crazy. And, see, Greenland has seemed to have gone by the wayside. Ukraine is... It's just like he's going to sell Ukraine down the river, and I just have a real problem with that. It's just, I don't know. You know, and how we're dealing with our neighbors, Canada and Mexico, is just, again... I don't know, folks. But, you know, I when I was talking to Sarah yesterday, you know, we were talking about, because she's at the tail end of the millennials, but like both of my sons. And so, and I really feel for millennials on down, because I feel like we've really screwed over millennials and whatever the generations are that come after them, the younger ones. And we've really just like screwed them over in terms of, job prospects and being able to, have that whole American dream stuff, and I just don't see it happening for the younger generations, and it just kills me because we basically my generation kind of did this to them. My generation and the one below me and the one above me are the ones to blame. Because I think there's a generation between me and the millennials. I don't know what generation I am. But, we were just talking about how it's a challenging environment, a challenging atmosphere. And I just feel like we have our priorities really messed up. When, I just think we should be going about things a little bit differently, I think with all the DEI stuff and eliminating all that and the attack on the universities is abhorrent. I'll be honest. I need to switch this. I just don't know how the government can intercede on private universities. I don't even see how they can invade on public universities. But it's because they want to just change the narrative. They want to, revisionist history and rewrite things. And, I just find it funny not funny, but I find it grotesque in a sense that, they're so anti-Palestinian and Arab and Muslim and all that, which I don't know why. I was there at 9/11, but I don't harbor against, there are nutcases in every religion, in every country, in every thing like that, so I'm not gonna just sit here and, find scapegoats, which is something that the Nazis did. Always looking for scapegoats. So the point is that here they are looking for, we're combating anti-Semitism, and yet at the same time, these are some of the most anti-Semitic people. The Christian white nationalists are like the most anti-Semitic people on the fucking planet. And I'm like, so once they get rid of the Muslims, guess who's next? The Jews. And I'm like, no, folks. Don't you see what's happening here? They're just taking a scapegoat at a time, blaming all the ills on everybody but themselves. So, I know. I don't know, folks. So, to stay positive, but I think we do need to really focus on speaking out and really looking at the type of country we want, because I feel like our freedoms are starting to be curtailed, and our rights and everything, and freedoms are being trampled on, and that's not what this country's always been about. And so, I don't know. It's an interesting time. I'm not envious of as I said, the younger generation, because I really feel like we've set them up to be frustrated and disenfranchised and disengaged. And I don't know. It's going to be an interesting thing, but I've kind of reached my limit of being in this boot, and I'm kind of over it. I wish I could pause this thing and I'd go out to the picnic table. But again, one last look, and I'll try to. I wish there was a zoom on this stupid stuff. But when these all come in red, those red hoochmadinkies, that's what I wanted to show you, the red camellias on the other side of the house. Oh, we got to check that out. Oh, and the red twig dogwood. Now the question is can I do this without killing myself? So, sorry folks, but oh. So I have to put you down here because I have to use the crutch. Sorry. I've got to get a grip on the handle, otherwise I'm taking a face plant, folks. Okay, this feels sketchy. I've continued the pea gravel around this side of the house, and then this is going to be soil. This is an old, like, drain, French drain type thing. And so this is going to be soil, and this is where I'm going to do camellias on this side. Find a specialty something or other for that corner. Kind of like I did the umbrella pine over my shoulder there. So that's going to be my original wildflowers coming in there. I've got to have him weed this out, clean this out a little bit, clean it up. And then we've got to put soil around all the plants and flowers because it gets really dry out there. That's the hottest part, is kind of that strip out there, and then the very top area of the septic plateau. So here are the 3 fruit trees on this side, and you can see that there are flowers right there, white flowers. And so we've got to get soil like this as opposed to this, because this dries out very quickly and it's not nutritious. So we got to get it like the beds here and here, and we'll just bring over some soil. Well, I won't, but the dude will. Okay. The pea gravel is going to continue around in front of the log. He's got to clean this out, and then it's going to go around to there, and then the red brick is going to start right around there. So the sides will have that red brick, which was found on property. I was going to trash it. I got this last year. And this is the red twig dogwood, which the deer loved. Look at the coloration on this guy. It's gonna flower here soon. So this is the front. Peek over the side. This is all going to be pea gravel around the tanks. I've tried to make it as small as possible, but I really want to try to have as little to maintain as possible, because I can't even do weeding at this point.